Hi, I'm Kirsty.Hutchison, volunteering and community engagement consultant at the University of Manchester. Over the last 2 years, the university has been running the Community Construction Fund, in which we've had the privilege of helping fund some organisations, local community organisations, with some projects to help benefit the local community.
Hello everybody, my name's Poppy.Humphrey and I'm the Off-Campus Student Affairs Officer based at Manchester Student Homes. Over the past few months during lockdown, we've been checking in with some of the recipients of the funding to see how this has contributed to their amazing work in the community.
The aim of Emmie's Kitchen is that we feed families that are staying in Royal Manchester Children's Hospital who have a child that's been treated in the Children's Hospital. So what we recognised as parents ourselves who had a child in the hospital was that there was a massive lack or gap in services in terms of the parents couldn't access nutritious food and nobody really looked after them. So actually what our aim is to look after parents and to nurture them so that they have the strength and ability to go back and look after their sick child. So my daughter Emmie was in hospital probably for quite over a 2-year period with being treated for leukemia. So she's well now and she's next to me.
It was set up because parents that have a child in hospital don't, like any parent that has a child in hospital and doesn't really get fed at all. So we wanted to kind of like help and make have once a month a home cooked meal, or while the pandemic is every Friday we do like a takeaway.
She's an integral part of the kitchen, so she volunteers, she helps out, but also what we realised was that people don't have, you don't see well children when you're in hospital. You see lots and lots of poorly children. So in terms of your own mental health, you're surrounded by negativity. Yeah. So to see children that are well is a real kind of positive impact for parents as well.
Yeah. Nobody seems to look after the parents at the hospital, and if you have got a poorly child, you really need to be at your best fighting fit to be able to look after that child. So that's the reason why we then said we need to nurture the parents here, because they're not really getting any support. At that first Emmie's Kitchen, we had 28 parents came to it and 28 parents had a meal, and then fast forward to March 2020 and we fed 250 parents at that Emmie's Kitchen in March, and the volume has just gone up massively. The other thing is we've never advertised for volunteers, but we have got this growing band of volunteers that demand to be with us on every session really, and who are really frustrated at the moment because, you know, because of the COVID thing, we can't deliver Emmie's Kitchen in the same way. Even Emmie came up with the idea of doing a Friday night takeaway. So instead of us cooking that, we buy food that's a takeaway, and then that goes into 2 of the wards, and we do that. So, you know, it might be a chippy tea, or it might be a curry, or it might be a pizza and chips or whatever. But the parents are so desperate at the moment because of the situation. It's a much harder situation for parents now because of the lockdown situation.
Our aim is to give people that space and time away from that clinical environment. So we run our kitchen during normal times from Ronald McDonald House, which isn't a clinical environment, and we make it as kind of home from home as much as we can. You know, we nurture that, we look after the parents, we wait on them, we meet their every need. So, and then we sit and we have a team of volunteers who sit and talk and listen, and, you know, and actually that's as valuable as the food that is in terms of the feedback that we've received. Siblings also come into our kind of remit, because siblings are always around, but almost lost as well. You know, they're trying to live across two centres, often going home, but then their mummies are at the hospital or their dads. And so, but we provide a bit of a safe place so that they can spend some quality time with those children. But also, if they want to sit and have an adult conversation, we'll provide, one of our volunteers will play with the children. So we might have some colouring, and we might have some people blowing bubbles. Or
she won the Well Child Award last October, so she was, we put her forward actually for that, and she was presented with an award for the most inspirational child,
7 to 10 years old.
7 to 10 years old. And she got presented with it by Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. And then we won in Manchester, we won the Be Proud Award for the best community project, and also for the Pride of Manchester. We won 2 awards. We didn't apply for them because I think the thing is, people just see it as something that's different, something that people have kind of not thought about before, and it is just this massive invisible community that exists there with very little support. I have to say that the University Construction Fund is the only funding that we have applied for, and we've kind of been getting ourselves, lots of people have been giving us money without us asking for any money, I have to say. I lived in Rusholme for most of my life, so the university has been a big part of my life anyway, so I would always look towards the university to see if they could support us in some way.
We've always worked and lived within Rusholme and in that central corridor. In terms of the construction fund, it made so much sense to us in terms of that the university are at the heart of everything in Manchester, and actually that if we're able to work with you and work together, and actually that the construction fund felt like it really fitted in terms of what our community initiative was trying to do. That's why I think for me the construction fund felt like it was such a relevant fund for us, because of where we are running Emmie's Kitchen from, but just because of, you know, the nature of the university. It's about improving, it's about development, and that's everything that we stand for. So, you know, it feels like it fitted in really well in terms of what our ethos was.
What's the most popular dish?
Curry and rice. Fruit salad is a winner every time. But if you think fruit salad for people who are in hospital and where it's the light and the atmosphere is very drying and it's a lot of artificial light, they just, when they see, we have bowls and bowls of fruit salad, which literally